Welcome back for another video. It's a small double Gameweek 36 up next, and this one will run through how the team's set to line up and one transfer has been made already. If you missed a Gameweek 36 players to buy video, that'll be on screen at the end to watch as well. Here's how I'm lined up on SoRare this week. Captain Salah in the Semi-Pro League, who did deliver last week. It's free to play and you can win incredible prizes and cards worth money every week. I actually got the chance to play a football match at Anfield this week with some players who had won the experience and got to meet some players thanks to SoRare. A vlog to come out later this week on that. It's really fun and you can hop in any game week. It's not like FPL where you wouldn't start playing a Gameweek 36 for example. Click the link below to join the fplfocal mini league and to try it out now. So starting off with a quick look back at how Gameweek 35 went. A game week of highs and lows. The high point was Captain Salah delivering once again and outscoring HAALAND again. But let's be honest, it was somewhat fortunate. HAALAND had a few big chances and he finished with 0.98 XG. Nonetheless, happy for a risky decision to come off again. Alvarez and Bruno were the transfers in though, who both blanked. But the low point of the game was the Brighton game. March benched and then subbed on and then subbed back off shortly after with a hamstring injury. Not looking good for us March owners, and on top of that, still scored an own goal and a 5-0 loss for a -2 score. In the Newcastle vs Arsenal game, Tierney was ready to come on at 57:30, and I was fearing the worst as far as Zinchenko's clean sheet. Remarkably, he made it to seconds after the 60-minute mark, and in the end the clean sheet was kept anyway, so in hindsight double Arsenal defence would have been better and benched Trippier. Just a few game weeks to go, let's have a look at how the team's lining up for the double. So it's Steele in goal, and Brighton face Arsenal and Newcastle for their double game week, both away games. After a poor result, I do have slight concerns about the safety of Steele's position in goal now. Does De Zerbi continue to back him, or does he give a chance to Sanchez once more, who has been patiently waiting on the bench, and he played well when he got the chance in the FA Cup. Backup keeper this week is Raya, who's home to West Ham, so not the end of the world if he misses out, but Brentford's final two are Tottenham and Man City, which would be a problem. The back three is Trent, Trippier and Botman. Fortunately, there's no benching headache for the team with Trent this week. I know many of you are having to make a call between a Brighton or Newcastle defender or start the informed Trent. Over the last 6, he's top among all defenders for expected goal involvement with 2.67 XGI. 12 chances created, 9 shots over that run. Trippier isn't far behind over that run despite no returns with 2.3 XGI, which suggests that he has been unlucky. So let's talk about the Trippier captaincy. There's lots of choices this week in my team. Trippier, Mitoma, Isak or even Salah again. I feel that in the Leeds game Allardyce will take a 0-0 and it should be a low scoring game. The Brighton game is hard to call, but they'll be missing March, and Newcastle's home underlying numbers have been consistently good despite the lack of clean sheets. Brighton have a poor away double, which does put me off Mitoma captaincy. Salah has a single game week and Isak isn't guaranteed to start both, so that's the thinking behind this one. There's lots to be gained if Newcastle do keep a clean sheet in this double, doubled up with Botman. Newcastle sit third in the table, 2 points ahead of Man United, 3 points ahead of Liverpool, all to play for still. Champions League still on the line, so my gut feel is that Newcastle do well this double. Moving on to the midfield, which is Mitoma, McAllister, Salah, Rashford and Fernandes. Absolutely stacked midfield this week. I can see Mitoma pushing 100% effective ownership, with many opting for him as captain. Despite the point I made about their tough double, he is an incredible talent and individually can create something from nothing. That said, he has just 1 assist in his last 6 games, so I'm happy enough to own him but not captain. A rare early transfer has been made. March has left the team and McAllister's come in. I avoid early transfers whenever possible and always something I recommend because lots can change over the course of a week, especially with midweek football. In this case, only Man City were playing midweek that affected my team, and the transfer was made after the Madrid game. I had exact money for the transfer, so McAllister is in. A shame how this one's played out. Although McAllister moved forward into the number 10 role a while back, my thinking a month or so ago was that there's every chance he moves back into a deeper role again, which is what's happened, and then March has got injured. He's still a dangerous player even when he's playing deeper, and he does still get forward at times and he can pick a pass for an assist. On top of that, he has 2 goals in 2, so it had to be March and McAllister ahead of 2 double game weeks. Salah's been a late season hero, outscoring HAALAND in his last 2 as captain. Liverpool firing on all cylinders at the moment with top 4 still attainable. Can Salah make it 3 for 3 outscoring HAALAND? We'll talk more on HAALAND in a minute. Absolutely love this fixture for Liverpool, up against Leicester, who just conceded 5 to Fulham last game week. I hate to say it as someone fond of Leicester and everything they've achieved, and the FPL assets they've given us over the years, but I do think there's a good chance they go down. If they lose to Liverpool, then they need a win away to Newcastle, which would be really tough. I can't see anything but a Liverpool win here. Man United have been notably better at home, so I love this Wolves fixture as well. In fact, they haven't lost at home all season since Game Week 1. With top 4 still to fight for as well, everything points towards a Man United win, so I'm very happy with the Rashford and Bruno double up. Over the last 4 matches, Bruno's created 15 chances, which is top in the league, 6 of which were big chances. He's taken 6 shots in the box as well. Rashford's numbers aren't too bad either, with 10 shots in the box over that run and 5 chances created. I can hear the comments already, but let's move on to the front two, which is Isak and Alvarez. No Haaland, more on that in a sec. If I had to pick between Isak and Wilson, I would say Isak still, so I'm glad to have him. Wilson was ineffective against Arsenal and taken off early, while Isak kept on by Hal. If you caught the players to buy video, the projected points between Trippier and Isak are neck and neck this week. Isak, the more explosive player, naturally as a forward. I'm just unsure whether he starts both, especially with St Maximin available again, who can play down the left, which is where we've seen Isak a bit recently. I wouldn't say it's enough to put anyone off Isak captaincy, but that's where I'm at. Trippier we know plays 80 in both matches, has clean sheet and attacking potential as well. So Alvarez gets the nod over Haaland. As you know, I've been going for fun punts over the tail end of the season. Some have paid off, like Captain Salah the last 2 game weeks. Before that, Kane captain against Bournemouth, a disaster. I'll continue that into the final 3 and give Alvarez the start. In the Champions League away to Madrid, Haaland played the full 90 and Pep made no substitutions. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Pep starts the rested Foden, Mahrez and Alvarez combo against Everton. Haaland could certainly join them, as we saw last week as well though. Man City take a 1-1 draw into the second leg, which is on Wednesday. The Champions League, the one trophy which has always eluded him at City. So does Haaland get a rest? It is a gamble, but one I'm happy to take, and I'm not concerned by rank at this point, so the pressure's off, and at this point just playing for fun. So therefore, on the bench it's Raya, Haaland, Zinchenko and Gabriel. Wouldn't mind another bench boost this week, and I'm sure many of you have bench headaches as well. March was sold to McAllister using 1 free transfer, so in terms of the transfer plans, there's no second transfer this week. A shame not to take 2 transfers into Gameweek 37, which was the plan, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe for tomorrow's experts video as we see in the end of the week ahead of the deadline. See you then.